You know, right. Okay. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the first Three Black Heathens show. I am one of the hosts, Emperor Atheist, with my two colleagues, Nate Brody and the infamous Dragnot Silvers. I really appreciate those who are already in the show. We're going to try to make this the best podcast ever in the universe. Thanks to all our fans and all the subscribers we already got, even before the first show. We really appreciate that. We appreciate the love. We definitely do. Drag, I know you want to give a shout out to some people for making this first show already.
Oh, got to. Before we even do anything, man, all this art and stuff that y'all see, our man Monty Stickman, he's in the chat right now, matter of fact. So if y'all wondering where we get all these little graphics and shit from, Monty, my man. So we cannot leave him out. So the music came from the man himself, the meatball master, Mr. Mouty.
Chris.
There he is. So Redline, my man. Redline gave us a huge shout out. So thank you, Redline. I cannot and will not forget you. And then of course, good old Booleanator, the man that helped us with some major production issues. That really helped us out.
Co-producer of the year right there.
Oh man, so yeah, that's so, and everybody else too who shared the links and let folks know word of mouth. Trust me, y'all will definitely get what's coming to you in the afterlife. I promise. I promise you 40 acres.
Yo, so let's start this off because we don't want to keep you guys too long from watching. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at a clip from Steve Harvey. Now, this is going to start off our talk about being black and an atheist. Now, even though I'm going to say I don't know how all black people think, I would never make that claim, but this is what most of the people in the community that I meet think like. So you're going to watch the clip and let's check it out.
Speaking of God, you say in the book that you wouldn't go out with a woman. I guess a woman should not go out with a man who doesn't believe in God.
No, I mean, why would you?
Well, do you believe that only people who are religious are ethical and moral?
No, I just believe if you don't believe in God, then where's your moral barometer? That's just me talking.
I
You can
understand
believe what you want to believe, but if you're an atheist, you're basing your goodness and morality on what? I mean, but what is an atheist? I don't really get into that. You know, when I've talked to people all the time, I'm an atheist. I just walk away. I don't know what to say to you. You know,
well, an atheist is someone who doesn't quite believe that there is somebody out there, some God out there.
Well, then to me, you're an idiot.
Okay, well...
So I'm cool with that. I'm just probably not the right politically correct thing to say. But if you don't believe in God, I mean, really, you got to have an explanation for this. You just can't tell me this spun out of a gastrous ball.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, then we were evolved from monkeys. Why we still got monkeys? It's too much open here. I just believe that. And if you don't believe that, then I don't like talking to you.
I say...
Man, he pulled fucking a Kent Hovind, William Lane Craig. He pulled everything. He just said, "Fuck it."
Ray Comfort, the banana shit from Ray Comfort, all type of bullshit.
Why do we still have monkeys? That's what he said.
Why we still got monkeys, man? Though, I don't know how many times I done had to explain this shit to people, and it's like there's nothing that I would ever tell anybody on Google that they can't find themselves on Google. Like that's my thing. It's like it ain't no big fucking secret. It is. Here's why. We are not monkeys. Technically, we're great apes, and we share a common ancestor. You can think of them as a cousin species. They exist as we exist. You got cousins. The reason monkeys still exist is the same reason your dumb ass got cousins. That's why.
Right. You know what, man? I don't know really. Steve Harvey. You know, I like that clip though. I really like that clip, and that clip actually brings us into what we really want to talk about, specifically with black people today. Why we so anti-reason and anti-intellectual when it comes to God. This man just sit up here and said that he just called people, anybody don't believe in a God is an idiot. He said, and he talked about a gastrous ball. I mean, whatever the fuck, you know, I mean, I guess he's referring to the damn, I guess he's referring to the Big Bang, he had some type of probably warped view of it. But I think people, I would love to get Steve Harvey on this show too, y'all. I think we should work towards that.
But you know what though? One thing that does bother me about that clip let's say if he was talking about any other actual religion, like if he said, yo, if you say you a Hindu, I think you stupid. And on top of that, I don't even want to talk to you. People would be up in arms, right? People would be like, yo, that's ridiculous. What, just because he doesn't believe what you believe.
Right.
But he can get up there and say, yo, if you're an atheist, you scum. And, I don't even want to talk to you. That's straight up what he's saying. And he throw out this whole, why are they still monkeys? She should have said, well, hey, if Americans came from people from England, then why the hell is England still around? It's a stupid argument, but I think it shows a bigger thing. It shows he's not educated on these topics at all. He just spouting some nonsense right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Parroting the same ignorant shit he heard from his mammy and his ignorant ass fucking, grandma and so on and so forth. And I say that because of my family members say stupid shit like this all the fucking time, and they don't want to actually know the truth because they say, well, if I can just make this derogatory ass comment, then that's good enough for me because I feel like this is the way things are, and then everyone else is just deceived or whatever the hell kind of platitude that they want to give at that moment. And it's like, well, you're doing yourself a disservice because, well, shit, if somebody has a vehicle to instill morality within someone, well, wouldn't you want to know? Wouldn't you want, if your way of obtaining moral values are really superior, then shit, what better way to find out than matching up against somebody else's, right?
Exactly. But you know what, man? I think this is a great topic. Even though we do know that all ethnic groups suffer from, religiosity. They suffer from the ignorance of religion and of course indoctrination. But specifically, Steve Harvey being a black man and getting on a major show saying stupid stuff like that. To me, now this is to me, because of course we got a lot of white ignorant people that would get up there and say stuff like that. But to me personally, I think that rings true within the black community as far as the way we are stuck on specifically Christianity, man, and how we think. Like, if you don't believe in Jesus specifically, if you don't accept Jesus, you question this Jesus Christ, then you're like an outcast within the black community. You know what I mean? And I think this is, and like we said today, man, we was talking earlier, we was talking about people like Dragnot's favorite friend, G-Man, and the CCP people. I mean, it's just, people like that. And Steve Harvey, he's not that far from that way of thinking.
No, he's not. He has that way of thinking. That's what he said is what I expect G-Man to say. That's what he just said. What G-Man would say if he was online, he would be a member of the CCP, no doubt about it.
I believe that. I agree with that.
That's true. I mean, but the way that I don't know about y'all, but I've actually spoken to my family member. My uncle has removed my ass from Facebook. Like the second I started saying, you know what, I have some doubt. Like I think I posted something about me having doubts about the way that certain people believe whatever. Like it was some really atheism light bullshit like years and years ago. So he sent me a message like, oh hey nephew. So I see you've been putting these posts up about how you hate God. When did this happen? I'm like, when the fuck did I say that? Like, what? I'm like, look. So I wrote, and so he pulled some Steve Harvey shit on me, and I had to educate his ass. Like I wrote his ass 5 paragraphs, no less than 5 paragraphs, explaining man, this is some fallacious bullshit here. And of course, it's my uncle. I'm trying to be as thorough and respectful as I can be. But he replies, oh, well, I still love you. If you need me, you can call me. And boop, boy, he hit that like a Zulu in a heartbeat. He was not playing. And I'm just like, wow, they value this bullshit over blood, actual flesh and blood.
Hey, listen, I sent this clip to my mom, and I was like, yo, mom, check this out. Now, even though it was a struggle getting her to play the clip, because you send something to older people, she's like, what do I do? Do I press the button and all that shit? So we got to struggle just to even watch the motherfucking clip. So eventually she pop it up and she listened to it, and she like, yeah. She's like, what is something wrong? He thought the interviewer had said something wrong. She was like, what did she say something wrong? What did she say that was wrong? And I was like, no, what Steve Harvey said. She's like, nah, that's cool. I understand what and I'm like, damn, it's like that. But that's honestly the way black people feel about the atheists, and because I think Christianity is so entwined with the black experience in America. The struggle, Jesus was all
Exactly.
part of the struggle. And that story of struggle, it's, you know, the Bible teaches the story of, hey, the meek shall inherit the earth. You know, you suffer now because your treasures are in heaven. And that's the story of the black experience in America. If you're a slave and somebody's telling you, well, fuck this life, you're going to have eternal life, you're going to have eternal riches. That's something that, you know, if I'm a slave or if I'm being oppressed, that's something I have to look forward to. And that's why I think most black people, you know, cling to that religion, because it's hope. It's a story of hope, but it's just a story of bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, think about this. I don't know if y'all ever really thought about this, man. I told I told my mom this about a year ago. She started laughing. You know, she's a diehard Christian. But you know the whole belief that, and then I want to address some of the fallacies, man, that Steve made, because we played the clip with stupid ass Steve Harvey, and I think we should address some of the fallacies within not only the black religious community, but the religious community, period. But I told my mom, I said, think about this, Mom. I said, when you think about Jesus, I said, and he said, you know, you believe he died for our sins and all of this. I mean, the guy didn't even make a real sacrifice because he was only dead for the weekend. I mean, I think if a person is going to die for you, he should stay dead, you know. And why didn't Jesus stay dead? He should still be dead. There's no way he should have came. That's like cheating to me. You know, you got this super God. Your father's up in heaven. Well, you already damn know it. I got my father's up in heaven. He got all these fucking magical powers. So I'm really not going to really be dead. I'm going to come back and go to heaven. So that's kind of cheating to me. I think a real sacrifice, if Jesus would have stayed dead, you know, I think that's what should have happened. He should have stayed dead. Other than that, it's some bullshit.
Yeah, because a part of me is wondering, is it really just the pain that's being focused on? Maybe it's a failure on my part not to be empathetic toward this character of Jesus that has sacrificed himself in this way thousands of years before I was even born for something that don't even fucking affect my goddamn life. Because, and I've actually asked Christians this. I said, okay, so let me not just brush off the shit that you're saying here. Let me understand something. How does sin? And I actually asked this of somebody very, very, very recently. I can't remember the dude's name, but I think it was in Skylish. I want to say it was in Skylish chat. I said, look, what does sin actually do to a person? Like if there is some weird pathology going on here that I need to know about. So if you have a sinless person versus a sinful person, can we diagnose that? No. Does that actually impact their life negatively? No. Right. Then what the fuck do I even care about it for? Like, why are you burdening me with this magical fucking disease?
Like, who cares? But you know what? To address the ignorance that people like Steve Harvey said, and G-Mans of the world, and the CCP guys. He said a few stupid things, but one main thing he said, if you don't believe in God, he said, what is your morality? This is something that we always go into. Y'all understand this. This is morality argument, which William Lane Craig always addresses, which is basically easily refuted, especially when we understand other meta-ethical values within philosophy. But he said that if you don't believe in God, he said, what do you base your ethics on? What do you base your morality on? And this is something that's really pathetic. And I think it should be kind of like, you know, we should always cut the head off of this. When we look at Christianity, specifically in America, we just talk about numbers and probability. And you look at the prison system. I just want to make one example. It's like 1,000 examples I can make. I've made videos on this. You look at the prison system. It's full of rapists and murderers and armed robbers and all of these type things. 98% of these people within the prison system, I think Nate MP can speak on this, 98% of these people are religious. They're Christian or Muslim or something. So morality didn't stop. I mean, the atheist population in prison is probably damn near less than 1%. So basically what I'm saying, most of your criminals, just in America, we're not even talking about nobody, believe in this goddamn Jesus Christ. They believe in the God of the Bible, the God of the Mormon book, or some type of God. So religion itself does not have any basis for any type of morality. And when you talk about the biblical God, I think that is the most immoral character ever written about. When he commanded people like Moses and Joshua and Caleb to murder innocent women and children. He told them to wipe out the Canaanite land and to wipe people out. That's not really morally based. So when we talk about morality, I mean, you really can't use Christianity or the Quran or Islam as a moral basis. So that's a stupid. But that's a real illogical stance for him to take.
But Emperor, I know what the Christian would say. The Christian would say the 10 Commandments are in that book. You know what I'm saying? Jesus said, you know, love the poor. You know, there are good things in the Bible. You know, so that's what I think they grounded more. So how would you answer that? How would you answer the Christian that says no? The Bible isn't all
that's
that.
Easy, because that's very simple. Because there are good things in the Bible, just like there are good things. There are good things within certain poisons that'll help. There are good things when you get bit by a snake, you got to use the same poison to heal you. So we know that there are good things within the Bible, New Testament, Old Testament. But this is what I would say historically to answer that, which is something simple. Before the Bible, right, we have what we call, you have what you call, even when you go to ancient Egypt, okay, you have what you call the 42 laws of Ma'at. Okay, these are ancient morality laws that these people didn't know about a Yahweh or Elohim or Allah. These morality rules, or even when we talk about the code of Hammurabi. Hammurabi was a king of Babylon, ancient king of Babylon, which had moral codes, which he actually got from the god Shemesh. This is why you ever look on this black marble stone, it's about 7 feet tall. It's in the British Museum, it's part of the British Museum now. It's called the Code of Hammurabi, which is over 232 codes of morality, of how to treat your neighbors, how to do business ventures, how to be, how to handle basically early arbitration laws, contracts. You understand what I'm saying? So all of this is a moral-based religion that predates Judaism or the Torah by thousands of years. So when you talk about morality, you telling me history and culture proves that the Bible or Yahweh can't be the only deity that brings morality, because the ancient Egyptians had moral codes. The ancient Babylonians, ancient Persians who predated them had moral codes. So that alone destroys any type of thing to base in saying that Jesus brought morality. And when you talk about Jesus, I mean, Jesus was basically immoral too. He was an oxymoronic character, whether he was real or not. He was very oxymoronic and strange, because he also told people that you have to hate your mother and your father and your brother and your sister to follow me. Who the fuck would tell somebody that?
So somebody who was in control, man.
That was not a moral person. Now, when he fed groups of people with fish and bread. Okay, that was a good thing he did. But I think we can get any good out of anything. That's good in the Quran. I don't care how much jihad you read about, how much killing Prophet Muhammad did, how many little girls he had sex with. There still were good moral teachings within the Quran, just like there were great moral teachings within the Bhagavad Gita. There's great moral teachings within Jainism. There's great moral teachings within Buddhism. Confucius was moral. He didn't believe in a Yahweh. So morality is something that is innate within just human culture. We see that through studying all the way across the board. The Native Americans didn't give a damn about no Yahweh or no King James Bible. They had moral codes within within their own constitution. You know, within the Iroquois Indian constitution, they had moral codes. The Sioux Indian, or the Cherokees have no moral code. They was some bullshit.
Well, but, can I ask you a question though?
Yes.
And I would do want to ask. And the problem here, I think, is that being a black atheist, as we all are.
Yeah, back to that.
No, just I want to ask just one quick question, because everything I agree with what you're saying, but then how do you interact with the black community, knowing that they all not only despise you, but that they think that, you know, like Steve Harvey said, he wouldn't even talk to you if he knew you were an atheist. So how do you interact with, like you said your mom, Drag said his uncle. You know, my mom cried when I told her I was an atheist. So how are those interactions? Because
this is how I do it. And me and Drag talked about this probably like a year ago. You know, y'all know the old saying about catching. Like I said, when I told my mother this, she laughed about it. Only reason she laughed about it because I have already, I've basically over the years already rubbed my mother the right way with my anti-theism or my atheism. You understand what I'm saying? What I mean by rubbed in the right way, I didn't start it off like, oh damn that, what you raised me up on is some bullshit. I ain't following in the footsteps of my father. No, I eased it to them. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Catch with honey better than you can catch with vinegar. So basically what we do, what I think we need to do, if we really care about our family and friends, understanding our views, I don't think we should challenge them. I mean, like we do on the internet, you know, we debate, we chop heads off. That's what we do on the internet, and we're supposed to, because we're trying to normalize atheism. But when it comes to our family members, and I think friends and people we care about, because within most of our family, we know damn well we the minority, or some of us are even loners as being atheists. I actually have another sister who's an atheist, but I think we shouldn't attack them. We should actually, you know, let them bring it to us. You know what I mean? Because they can tell that we ain't believing no more. Let them bring it to us and just show them. We have to show them. Show them. Say, hey man, look, you ever thought about this? This don't make no sense. And then the question. And once they start questioning, you be cool about it, and you start bringing. And this is how I helped a couple of my cousins out. They're not really atheists now, but they're more agnostic. They're like, man, you know what? You know what, Alex, man, you right. I went back and studied this, man. It don't make sense. It don't add up. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to confront them face on, you know, I mean, that's the only thing I can see as far as trying to, I won't use the term convince, but trying to just let them see your side in a good way.
Well,
you know what I mean? That's what I say.
You know what? A situation happened to me with my sister. My sister recently passed about 2.5 years ago when she passed away. And when she was passing, she had cancer the first time, and when her cancer, when it had retreated, we were all happy. And my mom said, thank God, and she was praying. We all went to church, just doing the regular thing that you would do when somebody survived something like that. But then the cancer, remission came back. The cancer came back. And eventually, she passed away. And I remember when she passed away, my mom, she said something like, it was like one of those remarks. She was like, oh well, thank God that that he healed her the first time, so she can have another 3 or 4 years with her kids. And I said, well, why the hell did he give her cancer in the first place? I said, why did he make her suffer in the first place? What the hell type of logic is that? I would rather him, if he's a God, right, he should not give her a cancer knowing that she got 4 kids. He should not give her a cancer knowing that she got to suffer. He shouldn't let her waste away and die. So what type of God are we talking about? That seems like a monster. And we had at the funeral home, we had a huge argument with that shit because, sometimes you get emotional and you be like, look at this is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Right. If the same God that you say did everything is the one that put in his fucking same spot, and that's the problem right now. And it's hard because it is emotional sometimes. It's emotional because, I would like to have that type of relationship with them, but I can't believe the lie, and I feel it's just straight up a lie. I don't know. Yeah, what about you, Drag?
I've had similar experiences, man, with some of my one of my cousins. His wife died of cancer, and I'm trying to reach out to him because I say I did a shitty job doing it too, because I still at that time felt like all of these motherfuckers are deceived. So so I probably didn't handle it with the best tact. I said, you know what? Let me go back. Let me try and say, hey, this is I actually end up linking the conversation I had. I think it might have been with a CCP member back then. And I'm like, look, this is me actually engaging somebody. We had a decent conversation. They go, man, here you go on with your antics again. I'm like, what the fuck you mean my antics? I'm like, what does that even mean? And because I hate to death, my family members are dumb as fucking doorknobs, but will swear up and down that they can condescend to any motherfucker they come across. I'm like, y'all don't know dick from nothing. But y'all, it's aggravating. And my mother's a theist, and I was like, how do you deal with these fucking people? Like, how do you? And she's like, I deal with them the same way you do. And I'm just like, because I said I'm gonna call them. Every single time my aunts, my uncles, cousins remove me because they would put up some bullshit, especially when it comes to, because they believe all this stupid shit that the pseudoscience nonsense with the special filters to change the pH in the water and all this shit. It's like, look. Y'all getting scammed. I'm just putting it out there. They get mad because they don't like being corrected.
Why do we still have monkeys?
Yeah, that's like they are the Steve Harveys, and it's like it's hard for me to engage with them because I have to play with with kid gloves. I have to say, look, if y'all want to come to me and talk about this, then we can, but don't think that you're going to have a conversation with me and say some bullshit, and I'm not going to go like, hey, you know, here's the actual case. Like, this is what's going on. We can actually talk about it. But it came to a head with one of my younger cousins. Now, mind you, her mother died of brain cancer. It was actually one of the motivations for me to go into, you know, the field that I'm going into now. And I'm talking to her, and I was talking to her older brother, my older cousin, and they pretty much, and this is separately, both pretty much told me, and I'm paraphrasing, we were raised in the church, and that is the reason why we don't question the things we believe. And I'm just like, wow, like they have completely closed themselves off to being even open to the idea that they could be wrong about anything dealing with theology, anything.
That's
and I'm
true.
just like, you know, how do you grow as a person if you close yourself off to the possibility of you being wrong about anything? I'm like, that's bad. Like, you have curtailed your personal growth. And I said, I'm not going to be like that. Point blank period. I'm not going to do that. And that is why they I mean, I hate to, you know, the comparison between what kind of influence they have on people around them and the kind of influence that I have on the people around me, it shows. Like, it's a stark contrast, night and day, you know?
Right.
I hear that. Well, listen, this is a good time to make the transition to our next clip. So right now coming up, we got Jeff Sessions. So hold on one second.
Jeffy.
So,
Jeffy boy.
So you guys are going to hear Attorney General Jeff Sessions, and he is going to be talking about the Religious Liberty Task Force. But essentially what he's saying is that what Jeff Sessions is essentially saying is that he's getting a task force together to protect the people who, let's say, for instance, if you have the Catholic Church and they don't want to give women birth control or pay for their birth control through insurance. So that's their religious liberty, and you'll see. And they were even talking about how some insurances provide abortions so that women get abortions under their insurance. So the Catholic Church doesn't want to pay for things like that. And obviously, we're talking about bakers who don't want to bake gay cakes for gay couples and things of that nature. So, do you guys feel that the United States government, we need a religious liberty task force to protect religious liberty?
Hell no. First of all, Drag, you want to say something on this bullshit Jeffy boy? Because I'm about to go in on Jeffy boy.
I just got a few quick. I'm like, he's like, there's this sinister force that's out there to conspire to take away religious liberty from people. Like, he's talking like there's some fucking like Power Ranger fucking villain out there who's out there like siphoning all the religion out of America, some shit. Like he's never like actually identified who this organization is or what this organization is, who belongs to them, how they're doing it. Like, it's just this nebulous fucking entity out there that's just this siphoning religiosity out everywhere. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. I mean, you can bring back COINTELPRO while you're at it, because I mean, that why not, right? But like, how exactly does he expect to do this? Like, and I get it. Even if I don't agree with religion, people should have their religious rights to do shit. But the issue that I have, and I foresee this, if you start defining your religious edicts or tenets that are diametrically opposed, right, to people's individual freedoms and rights, ironically enough, so something has to give. You can't just have a religion potentially set up that is, counter to what our laws are. Because you're not going to say, well, I'm going to use the Constitution to back my ability to break fucking laws. Like, that's, I mean, and it is kind of far-fetched right now.
Hey, man.
That's what I don't want to see happen.
Listen, man. This goddamn Dracula vampire Jeff Sessions, let me tell you something about
he does look like Dracula, though. I thought I was the only one.
Yeah, he is Dracula, man. He is fucking Count Dracula. I don't give a fuck nobody. This motherfucker is a Draco. Listen, man, let me tell you something. First of all, let's go to the top. We're not going to even start with this stupid-ass theocratic, racist attorney general. We're going to start with his boss, Donald Duck Trump. Now, since he's been in office, man, him and the stupid-ass vice president, they've been trying their best to turn what's supposed to be in this country a democracy, which we know for a fact that this particular country is not a Christian nation, it doesn't supposed to be an Islamic nation. God is not even in the Constitution. But Trump is trying to turn this supposed democracy into a theocracy. He's been trying this for a minute, man. He's been talking about this. But now I don't know if y'all was up on this, man. Jeff Sessions, when Donald Trump was, so we don't have to do a part two. That's good. All right, excellent.
Yeah,
I guess that's the government, y'all. That's the government trying to shut us down already.
What happens?
Fucking Illuminati.
Yeah, you couldn't hear me because I had my mic off. I was running.
Hold up, y'all. Somebody say they can't hear. They can hear me. They can't hear y'all. Can't hear you, Nate. Something wrong. Okay, I'm talking. Okay, you got yours muted? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just muted. So, listen, everybody, sorry, but I went through, the power in my house went out, in my apartment in the Bronx. I don't know what happened, so it took me a couple of seconds to get back on, but I'm glad the stream was saved, so let's just go ahead. So go ahead.
Okay.
Where did we leave off?
So everybody can hear Nate right now?
Everybody should be able to hear me, yeah.
Okay, say all good now. Lucifer Almighty says it's all good now. Okay, cool.
All right, go ahead.
All right, midnight. All right, well, anyway, man, Jeff Sessions, he actually just quoted a verse, man. And it says right here, it said, this is what this clown ass Dracula said now. He said, I would cite you to the Apostle Paul and his clear and wise command in Romans 13 to obey the laws of the government because God has ordained the government for his purposes. Sessions said during a speech to law enforcement officers in Fort Wayne, Indiana, orderly and lawful processes are good in themselves. Consistent and fair application of the law is in itself good and a moral thing, and that protects the weak and protects the lawful. Now, then he went on to quote Second Thessalonians. Now, this is the thing. When you have somebody like this with a high position like this that is quoting a book like the Bible and actually making excuses to treat other humans the way that they did, y'all know we're in a bad fucking era, man. It's really bad. And this is what this country was based on. You know what I mean? Regardless of the history of this country, well, I ain't gonna say regardless of it, because we know as far as the history with blacks and them using Bible verses to say that to actually make slavery good, using Ephesians and the Old Testament and things of that nature, and to consider us 3/5 human. Of course, we know this is a Catholic thing, Catholic Church, and a lot of the higher church leaders used to consider this by using the Bible verses. But when we talk about the early particular founders of this particular country, they stayed away from religion. They stayed away from a particular Christian God. They stayed away from Jesus. Thomas Jefferson, the third president, even had his own Bible. He didn't even believe in supernatural causes of Jesus. He said that all of that was fake and phony. He had his own Bible. It's called the Jefferson Bible. He said we don't need to mix religion in with politics. So Thomas Paine, all these people understood this. So for Donald Trump and this new ignorant administration and people like Jeff Sessions to be quoting Paul and using the same verses that certain slave masters used to justify slavery, then that lets us know that we're in a bad state and we need to actually go against these people, man, in a strong way. We really need to speak against these people and this damn theocracy that they're trying to do. I mean, it's bad, man.
Yeah, I'm curious, just like what type of measures is he trying to take here? That's because it sounds a bit ominous to me. I'm not too keen on him just saying, well, there's just nefarious individuals out there and they're trying to do stuff. That's just, if there's a boogeyman, then let's point out that boogeyman.
Well, you know what? I think this is persecution complex. It's don't forget, not like somewhere like 80 or 90% of the people in the United States are Christian. Who is holding them back? You know what I'm saying? It would only be other Christians, if anything. You know what I mean? It's not atheists. If we're only 5% of the population, how the hell are we holding the Christians back? It's the law that holds them back. It's the Constitution. You got to have the secular government. Right. We're not holding them back. So this whole religious liberty task force is a joke. It's trying to appeal to Trump's base, and you, I don't know if you guys saw when Trump went to Liberty University and he was talking about 2 Corinthians, but he kept saying 2 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, 2. That guy probably has never read a Bible. You know what I mean?
He's a stupid motherfucker, man.
Yeah, and he's talking 2 Corinthians. I see 2 Corinthians, like motherfucker. It's 2 Corinthians.
This dumb motherfucker didn't even know he was the president of the Virgin Islands, man. That motherfucker, y'all don't remember that shit?
I remember that.
Oh yeah,
he said he had spoke with the president of the Virgin Islands.
he talked to himself all the time. So
that's a stupid motherfucker, man. He didn't even know the Virgin Islands. I mean, that's ridiculous, man. It's fucked up.
It's okay if you surround yourself with the right people. If you surround yourself with smart people, like he got General Madison there. I was surprised. I'm like, Mattis, please keep him straight. Please keep him straight, Mattis. But he can only do so much. You got fucking Beauregard here, fucking the undead lord, trying to like enact fucking religious. Like, you know what? Go back to your fucking crypt and go suck on somebody's blood and go sit down somewhere, man. Because that shit ain't gonna fly. Come on.
Well, listen.
So what do y'all think, man? I mean, because you just made a good point now, Nate. I mean, as far as other Christians, other religious people, somebody got to step up to the plate and be like, hey, man, we can't keep mixing this goddamn state and religion. This goes against, we're just actually letting Trump, and it seems like we're letting them a little by little just take away and eat away at the Constitution, and eat away at what's already been established. Like, what do y'all think it's going to take, man? Because, like you say, atheists are small minority, and agnostics as well. Oh, my man said something. Oh, what was his name? But it was one guy, his name Vapor Joe or something. He was also mentioning about Latinos as well. Latino atheists. He's right. We need Latino atheists is a small group too. So when we talk about atheists, man, we need more Black and Latino atheists on the rise. We definitely do. We need that.
Well, the thing is that, like we've had conversations about this before, and the number one thing that I think help propel religiosity is ignorance. Ignorance of the fact. Just like Steve Harvey talking about, if there's monkeys, why do we still, if we've come from monkeys, why the hell do we still got, like stuff like that shows that there's a lack of intellect out there. And not to say he's a dumb person, and this guy lives his life, he's a millionaire. But what I'm saying is that he doesn't have the knowledge to understand why that statement is so funny. And I don't think he even wants to know, because it's hard to try to convince somebody of the truth when they already think they know the truth. And that's what we run into. You know what I mean? And that's what this is. This is about them trying to say that we have the truth, and anything that you say against us is trying to avoid the truth. And the truth of the matter is that God exists, and you guys are all idiots. You know what I'm saying? But I would still say this: I don't know who's oppressing Christians in a country that's not 80% Christian. I don't know. That just doesn't make any sense to me. 80% of the voters going to the voting block are Christians. So,
the persecution porn, man. That's it. Always need to be a fucking is, because we talk about people in this day and age being a victim, and I'm like, if this ain't persecution fucking porn, if this ain't perpetual fucking victimhood, I don't know what is. Like, what was like is because somebody was forced to bake a gay ass cake? Like, is this what this is really about? Because I mean, yeah, I'll say, all right, fine, don't bake the gay ass cake. Go take it down to Dick's R Us and have them bake a gay ass cake. I mean, if that's what the deal is, if that's what we want to say, but is that really infringing on your rights? Like, were they telling you how to make a phallus or something like that, or how to make a damn vulva, or putting hair on the shit? Like, was it really that offensive? Because if we need to make measures, I say, okay, fine. If you don't make a provocative ass cake, fine, got you. We can make provisions and protect business owners from doing that. But how often do we want to say, well, I can just simply refuse service because, well, I come up with a new religious sensitivity every goddamn day, and so I just want to serve? Because ideally, you know what, that sort of thing will get out, and that'll just tank your business. Ideally, right? So there's a fine line that can be drawn between, well, let's give people the freedom to serve whoever they want to, if it's not something, like something state run, obviously. But if
exactly,
they don't want to serve you, then that's fine. But at the same time, I think that a lot of this shit gets blown up because people start focusing on it. Because one of the things that I come to find out is that that one of these cake baking fucking gay cake things that was going on was that people got doxxed. Like this bakery had given away, oh, this gay couple and their names were this and that, and so these people start getting harassed. Like these people start getting like death threats and shit like that. That's why they got sued, you know. But that's for one of the cases about the gay cake. And so I'm like, well, if you go out of your way to do some shit,
what is a gay cake, man?
I don't know. Like I'm still a cake for a gay wedding. I just like that's the headline. You know, they won't make a gay cake. I'm like, did y'all look up the cake skirt? Did y'all? Is
the cake super sweet?
I guess so. It's super. They put some sugar in its tank or something. They've used X-Lax. I'm gonna use turbinado, and I don't fucking know. Well, whatever they use, it's offensive. That's all I fucking know. I don't like that shit at all.
Oh wow. It's 30,000-year worm. Yeah,
it's
a worm.
It's a worm, man. It's a worm. They're nematodes. All right, put it up there so they can see.
Put a picture up, man.
They're nematodes. They're the oldest. Now these things they found these bad boys over in Siberia. This is some pop science shit. So
okay, y'all. This is what we're doing. We going to the hot science shit.
Hey, it ain't nothing robust. This is just some pop science. This is some cool shit though, because you know usually. That's what they look like. Those are nematodes. Those are the current oldest living organisms on the motherfucking planet right now.
Where the hell is Kent Hovind and Ken Ham when we need them?
I don't know, because I thought, you know, the world was 6,000 years old. That's what I was taught. But these worms said, man, I've been around like 30, like 40,000 years.
Hey, hold up, y'all. Before y'all go.
No.
Hold up,
sorry.
y'all. Just one before y'all go. Mm-hmm. Hey, hold up, Nate. I got to say this. Tanky in the chat. I don't know. He put big peak penis. What the fuck is that?
Nah, it's whatever. But what I do want to say is drag. Yeah, no,
they can't hear you, man.
I know. I muted myself. If I get to unmute myself. But listen. So I'm going to ask you one quick question. Drag. Explain to them what you mean by these worms are 40,000 years old. So exactly. everybody's up on it.
So here's the thing. All right. Somebody at my damn door. Okay, so check this shit out. Everybody didn't see, what is that movie? Winter Soldier? Was it
Captain America? You talking about Captain America? Yeah, Captain America. How the fuck you forget about Captain America?
I forgot.
That's like the two easiest motherfucking words in the English language. Captain America.
No, that's right.
Lieutenant Canada. I forgot. It was some. I knew it was one of them. It was that one. So check this shit out. So y'all know Captain America got stuck in ice, right? He's frozen. So he got froze, and then they thawed his ass out, and then you know here he is, like 100 and some years old, you know, and he looked like the exact same. He get up eating shit and fucking all that stuff. He's cool, right? We can't do that. That's not how that works. I'll tell you right now. I done froze cells before, and that's not how that works. But for these things, all they do, like they got frozen like over 40,000 years ago, right? And damn near in Siberia, and they just thawed these bad boys out, and they start eating shit like ain't nothing happened. Ain't nothing but to just give you a time frame, this is around the time damn woolly mammoths were running around here. Now I don't know about y'all. I ain't seen not one woolly mammoth in my life. I don't even know what one looked like. I have no idea. I just know that they were around during that time. So that's some cool shit. That to me at least.
Now, just to be clear, so these things are alive. So just to think this out. So 40,000 years they fell in some ice, and now they were able to reanimate them today, like in today's time.
Oh yeah. Go
ahead.
Yeah, they put them in a dish, man. They revived them. So they put them in a 20 degrees Celsius culture dish. But people call them petri dishes. They're not really petri dishes, but to give you a visual, they look like petri dishes.
Okay.
And they put some E. coli in there, and then they wake up. Say, oh shit! Let's start eating, just grubbing like ain't nothing happened.
That's like a bad house guessing shit. Nigga just start waking up and eating. It's like, what the hell wrong with you, man?
just hungry, start scratching this shit. Like,
what you were saying, Imp?
That's fucked up, man. I should have never gave you niggas money. I should have never gave you niggas money. Start kicking your couch and shit like Rick James did.
yeah.
Yo.
So basically, let me ask you this, Drag, okay? Because I mean, I guess just particularly for the I guess young Earth creationist thinkers. What I mean, we have this. We have a straight peer-reviewed understanding that these worms are 30, 40,000 years old. This ain't nothing to even debate. We know this for a fact.
No, man, it is something that it can be tested just like everything else. But you know what they say the same stuff. You know, we can't trust no dating methods. We can't do that. Even though this same type of knowledge and technology with radioactive isotope, we can put them in people's bodies and use it for detecting stuff. Right? We know how to do that, but we can't use them just to date shit. They safe enough to put in people's body, but not the same type of methodology and shit. That's fine, whatever. You know, y'all believe
right. Right.
Let me know the next time y'all get hurt, sick, injured, y'all go to a priest or a church and not a hospital. Let me know and get back to me on that one. So
okay. It makes sense to me.
Shit. Hopefully we try and learn some shit from them. That's the main thing. That's the cool shit. We try and learn how they're able to do that. Because yeah.
Well, let me do one last thing. Let's transition to our last topic for the evening, so we can let you good people go. And that's going to be, we're going to talk about word on the street. Now,
shit.
Word on the street. Now, this is the segment where we're going to keep it real. We're going to talk about the shit that's been going on in the community. So let's just start with the big stuff. Drag, since this is like your topic, you make videos on this shit every day. You're going to have to explain this shit to the people. Let them know. Hit them with the knowledge. Go.
And look. Man, oh, Lord. So this fool, G-Man, over in his damn attic, sweating his balls off, he done told people that he done lost his damn job. Now, he might not lost his job. I don't believe shit, motherfucker. I was about to say something. I don't believe shit this motherfucker say. But so he and his buddies get together. We'll do something nice. G-Man struggling. Now I already knew that was bullshit because this bit, like, how are you? If you gonna fuck with people, don't be dumb about it, right? If you reach down and pull out a lockbox and say, I got $2,000 to go talk to this dude, why are you gonna then start begging people for money like they ain't realize that? Like, I'm just like, because that's the first, because he end up not washing his dick and getting a UTI and laid up in the hospital. He gonna call Nate and somebody else. A damn agnostic that he don't even trust supposedly, and not his Christian brothers. He's gonna call them and then turn around and say, oh, I can't trust them. Like, you were paralyzed from the waist down supposedly, and so somehow in your mind you call the people you don't trust and laid up in the hospital asking people to give you money like a 2-3 days after you pulled out $2,000 saying, I want to go ahead and debate somebody and I'll pay him for it. Okay.
Right.
And then later he started fucking with people again, and somebody said, you know what, since you lose your damn mind, I'm gonna lose my damn mind. And so people start calling and telling his boss that he's up here locking people in stores, he's over here doing this, that, and the other. And so people in the community going, wait, don't do that, that's wrong. And so he's gonna turn around and say, oh, y'all encourage them. Drag, matter of fact, it was Drag not doing that. I'm like, bitch, how am I calling you in live at the same time? Like, how am I able to fucking do that, you dumb bitch? So his buddies got to be the retarded fucking friends in the goddamn world. Like, it boggles the mind. That's why I'm able just to rant about this, because they get into some dumb motherfuckers. All of them.
Yo, hold on. Let me do this. Drag. This segment's called Keeping It Real. But
I'm keeping it real, man.
I'm going to ask you one question. Now, you said you de-subbed from this guy. You're not talking about him. No, you done with G-Man, right? Just want to put that on record, right? You're done with him.
Yeah, I said I sub from today. That's it. People can have him.
Now, listen, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put $50 on it because I believe you full of shit. The only reason why I'm going to put $50 on it is because I looked at your channel. I was like, let me look at Drag's videos. And I was in like the earliest videos I saw, G-Man. I was like, damn, this has been 4 years of labor right now. And then I looked at him last week, and I said, damn, last week he had like five hangouts, G-Man. And now it's like cutting the cord, man. It's going to be hard. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to give you $50 if you don't mention anything about the CCP for 2 weeks. I'm going to drop $50 on Drag if he can do it. But, all right. But I can't.
That's a good challenge, man.
But listen,
that's a good one.
I can't police that. I can't police that. So everybody who's watching this video, if you hear Drag mention the CCP in any video, anywhere, I'll drop $20 to you for saving me $30 from giving it to Drag. That's the deal.
Right now, it's about to be cooking with Drag right now.
So now, this is what was going to be. This was going to be. So the way we're going to do this is the first person to put in the description of this video, in the comment section of this video, a timestamp. If Drag does mention any name of the CCP, if he mentions G-Man, if he mentions anybody from that side, and you put a link with a timestamp, and I see it, it's Drag. Oh yeah, G-Man. Oh shit, I lost. You got $20, and I gotta be able to get you the money through Cash App or PayPal. I'm not doing carrier pigeons. You gotta have a reasonable way for me to get you this cash. So we got 2 weeks from today. Now next week's show, we might talk about G-Man. He can't participate. So Drag, do you accept the terms of this deal?
Well, somebody already raised another 52, so now it's at 100. So you know what? That's fine. That's fine. I gotta pay back my Jewish travel agent anyway. So you know what? I'll take y'all up on that. I will talk about everything else but the CCP.
All right. So for 2 weeks, Drag is doing this for 2 weeks. So 2 weeks from what time is it right now? It's 9:10. 2 weeks from the day, 9:10 on a Sunday, we come back and we will see. And again, people in the chat, people out there, if you bust them, put the link at the timestamp. And I'm telling you, I'm not talking about you put a 2-hour video and I got to watch the whole 2-hour video. That's not happening. You got to learn how to do a timestamp on that video.
I know that's fucking right.
So that's
put a timestamp on this shit.
That's right. And
put some respect on it.
Fiona
put some goddamn respect on it.
Look at Fiona. Fiona's like, he just said CCP. Listen, we ain't starting right now, Fiona. Come on. We ain't starting now.
I know the villainous Tulsa dude. I know who he is, though. He got my note, so I know he's gonna be watched. So people say specify. So is it Spoken, G-Man, Veckel, True, Shanny, and is it anybody else? Because we call.
I gotta go. Jesus is Lord, and anyone else. We all know who the CCP members are. So Drag
that's Tommy and that's Nephew and them too.
Drag is banned from mentioning them. Now, if you guys think he can do it, I'm telling you, you guys are watching. You guys are gonna be watching Drag. Watch Drag shit because as soon as he mentioned it, you got $20 if you can get the timestamp. And I'm telling you,
pretty good deal, man. It's a pretty good damn deal.
You can't beat it.
There's a way around it. No, there's a way because I could make up a motherfucker too who got that's the I can talk about an archetype. I can talk about an archetype.
Yeah, you can talk about an archetype. You can talk about an archetype. Yeah.
I don't think you're going to be able to do it. I got $50, so I don't think you're going to be able to do it.
All right.
So we're going to see it. So 2 weeks from right now from Drag. So what else has been going out in the community right now?
So we got so let's see. Focus on good people. Hey, that's fair enough. So we got this. What's this cat's name? Warning Good People. You remember our conversation with him the other day?
Yeah.
And he started saying, "Y'all don't know nothing about law." And I said, "Word."
Yeah, that was funny.
Man, he pulled that shit back real quick. I was like, "Word, bro." You sure about you really want to go there, man?
Yeah, he figured out what was going on. That was funny. What about the Three White Christians show? The Three White Christians. Shout out to the
screenshot, man. You got the screen.
I did.
What? The three what?
We ain't talking about this.
Tell him, Drag. Tell him about the Three White Christians.
Check this shit out, man. So everybody like, oh shit, MP Drag getting together. Oh man, that's what's up. That's cool. Some bitch ass motherfucker. I ain't gonna say his name, Mark Seidel, but he said. He started a poll, man. He went and put it on G+. He said, what if we started how would people feel if we started the Three Right Christians group? And I say, how about the Three Saltines? I mean, you know, I mean, because you
We
sound
wouldn't give no fucks. Yeah, we wouldn't give no fucks.
I'm like, who the fuck care? I mean, you culturally appropriating and shit, but that's cool. I mean, like, okay, bitch, do it. It's called somebody else said too. It was another Christian said, actually, they already got that. It's called the Bible Thumping Wingnut Show. So I was like, damn, okay, all right, hey.
Oh wow, that's cool, man. Three White Christians, that'd be cool.
I'm like, really?
We should play them in ball. Like, who would you think would win? The Three White
We'll
Christians?
beat the shit out of them.
Yeah. Well, my jump shot is hot.
How about a 3-team UFC match?
No, Where that video at, Nate? Where that video at, man? Play that video.
What video? Which
one?
one?
I'm talking about. You know that fucking fight. That this internet internet beef shit.
No,
where is that at? No, you have to play that shit, man.
Because don't forget our shit is all it all messed up because it went off. So I just
So
I only got the video. But but next week, guys, we're going to be doing. I don't know if you guys know who Jake Paul is and KS and what's his name? KSI and Jake Paul. So we're going to be doing fight predictions. So I'm sending them guys videos. KSI, for those of you who don't know, and Logan Paul are two of the biggest YouTubers. They got like 13 million subscribers, and they're going to do a boxing match in 2 weeks. So we're going to make predictions on the fight. You know, who's going to win it, KSI or Logan Paul. Also next week, we're going to be talking about, you know, the prison reform and all that type of stuff and some other stuff that Trump's been doing. We're going to talk about the black pastors, for instance, and how you have to fall out with Trump and the black pastors. And we're going to have some other fun stuff for you to deal with. So,
the black pastor who went to heaven and took pictures and selling the pictures.
Because that's real.
Yeah, that's cool. It's cool as shit.
Oh, yeah. So listen, please stay tuned in. And, hey, guys, you got any last words for these guys?
I don't know. We're gonna have to get I think Monty said he's gonna make us some more title cards and shit for the scene because we need one on that CP time. We need that.
I got some last words though.
Go ahead. Speak your truth, man. Speak it.
Just stay the fuck away from bullshit. How about that? Hey. Keep it real, man, and stay godless. We gotta stay godless and continue to live the heathen life. That's all from the Atheist, man.
Oh, I almost forgot, man. Before we go, we're gonna have a special guest tomorrow. Not tomorrow. God damn it. Next week. I told y'all who it was. So
that's right. That's right.
So the moratorium. I can't comment in that conversation, but that particular person's coming.
We can't mention the name. We can't mention the name right now.
So yeah, that's gonna
be interesting. Guest, y'all. Y'all look out for that next week.
Somebody y'all ain't never heard of, but I've referenced him quite a few times. So it ain't nobody famous. It's somebody that I've been talking to on Facebook for a while who knows a little something. So
Hey, this is Nate for the Three Black Heathens, Dragnot, Emperor Atheist. We're gonna see you guys next week. Peace and thanks for stopping by.